Well, you lot, look what we've got here. We've got an MP9 and we've got the MP7.5. Let's have a look at them, because I know some of you are probably curious as to what the difference is. This one is more than 25 years old now, whereas this one, I think I bought this one. This is a TKi4, and I can't remember when I bought it. Must have been 5 years ago. Yeah, so this one's 20 years newer than this one, roughly, thereabouts. I know, you're probably going to correct me anyway. But before we have a look at them, we need to, this one is immaculately clean. This one is a replica of a championship winning. This one is a replica of the actual car, everything. The servos, the engine, which is brand new, the shell, the wheels, everything is an exact replica of the one that won. We think it was a 2001 World's Off-Road Championships. A little bit of research and digging around is still going on that one. And this is my ready to run. Very important. We'll talk about the differences in a minute between a kit and a ready to run. But this is my ready to run, or ready set as they call it, MP9. So before we do that though, this one is extremely dirty. Needs a jolly good clean up. So let's get some degreaser on it, and we'll use the good old air to blow it all off after we've let it do its thing. Happy days. I'll probably clean the shell as well, but this is just ordinary no nonsense is the brand. It's just a degreaser in here. I do normally like to use engine degreaser as well, but I've got quite a lot of this stuff. It comes in a big can, like that sort of can, and I'll just put it in this spray bottle, and it means I can spray it all over everything. I don't really want to get it on my little power meter there. I don't know if that's meant to be waterproof or not, but we'll get it over everything else. We'll let it sit, and this is a very good degreaser. I like to use this particular degreaser on real full-size car engines as well. I normally put it in like a big spray bottle that you pump, and like this one here, I use this one for brake cleaner, but I put it in one of these all over the engine, and any grease and anything, it literally, you just leave it and it sits and it eats away at the grease and the dirt. But the good thing about it is, from a Nitro car point of view, it doesn't hurt or degrade any rubber parts. I don't know what, you know, I can't, all I can say is the brand of it is no nonsense. That's the brand. You can buy it in Screwfix and places like that. You know, I can't say any more than that. It's an extremely good degreaser for all different types of stuff. So I just put it everywhere and we let it do its thing, and we're gonna love it. Absolutely love it. Happy days. I've nearly run out now. We'll let that do its thing, sort of 10 minutes or so. Let it eat away, we'll blow it all off, and then we'll have a proper look at both of the buggies, see what the differences are. Maybe you already know a difference. I don't know, you tell me. Haha! Time for a bit of air. Normally, this will come up the bloody tits, I tell you. Oh no! I've had a bit of a mishap. I've had a bit of a mishap. Before we get onto it, I know you're all screaming at the screens, just show us the bloody buggies! I know I will. I've had a bit of a mishap. My microphone that I normally use is stopped working, so I've got it in bits. I'm desperately, well, not desperately, bloody hell, I'll make it sound like it's bloody life or death. I don't mean desperately, I mean I've got it in bits. I'm trying to mend it. It's a really good microphone. I've had that for, what, 10 years probably. I don't know, whenever that come out from Rode, made in Australia, I invested, I think well, pretty much a whole wage on that, about 10 years ago, and oh, I gutted it. It stopped working just now, just as I was trying to film a little bit, so I've got it in bits. That wire's, oh, I done that, I pulled it off by mistake, I've got to resolder that. I don't know why it stopped working. Only the left side works, and it sounds terrible. I don't know what's the matter with it. So yeah, I've got the soldering iron on. I'm trying to take the circuit board out now. So I've got 2 missions on the go. I've got mission clean MP9, and I've got mission mend microphone as well. Well, any luck, because the microphone on this camera is not the best. That's why I bought an external mic around the same time I bought this camera. So with any luck, it's alright. Anyway, let's stop going on about crap, and I'm going to finish cleaning that, probably not fix the microphone, finish cleaning the MP9, and then we'll have a look at them both together. Rightio then, you lot, let's have a little look to see what the differences are between these two. As I said, as we already know, MP7.5, around 25 years old. It was a kit, it would have been a kit, it would have been assembled. The two differences between ready set and kits are, kits have a lot of different things, usually stronger parts, thicker parts, different parts altogether, because kits are usually meant for racing, so you want strong parts. So, and people who race will spend a lot more money on their buggy because they want it to win, whereas ready to run or ready set cars tend to have cheaper parts, thicker parts. Let's use this as an example. I think these are probably the same, to be honest, but I know for 100% fact on the kit version of the MP9, all this strut tower and all that is thicker. And not only is it thicker, it's, I don't know what it is, but I know it's thicker, different material. I think it's aluminium probably, whereas on the ready set it's just like a cut piece of metal, just stamped out, and they just put it on, whereas, you know, and it hasn't got as many supports. There'll be many of you out there that will know a whole lot more about all that kind of stuff than me. I'm just not genuinely interested in that bollocks. I just see things and there they are. But that is a lot of the differences. So you need to remember that this being a ready to run or ready set, and this being a kit, okay? So there will be many different things. I know a lot of you do get a little bit confused and you keep telling me things, whereas this is a ready set buggy. This is a kit. So it will be different. So let's see, 25 years apart, what have we got? What are the design differences? Everything appears to be roughly similar. The main things that you see with the brakes and all the fuel tank, looks like you've got a bigger fuel tank on this one perhaps. Not entirely sure. Where the radio and the battery boxes are different, whereas on this one, in my opinion, that's a better design. I know there's going to be some of you who actually race and say, well, no, it's better that it's now further down because it means there's less weight at the back and all this for jumping and all this other bollocks. Fair enough, but I'm on about practicality designs. This is lovely. I mean, you just go like that, and then you got receiver, battery, little lids. Very, very nice. Whereas on this one, it's still a really nice and easy design, but I prefer them at the back. I think I do prefer them there. But this is still a good design with the little lids and things. So that's different. The servos, slightly more staggered steering and throttle, whereas on here, slightly less staggered. They're more in line, not quite in line, but they're more in line, aren't they? Everything else seems to be pretty much identical. Now this is the things I was talking about between kits and ready set. So see, on this ready set buggy there's a plastic brace here, whereas on the kit it's metal, and it looks like, oh, this one's not adjustable, but you can get them adjustable, so you can adjust how much you want the chassis to flex. What else have we got? Suspension and things like that. On this one, yeah, all turnbuckles, all adjustable. Turnbuckles, yep, adjustable there as well. Everything seems to be pretty much near enough the same. I haven't got scales, so I can't tell you the weight, but I can tell you, as I've said before, this is a replica, so this has some pipe. I don't know what that is. That's an OS pipe on there. I don't know what it is, but you can read that. OS, what does that say? OST 2030 pipe it is. T2030 pipe. The OS Max RZ engine. This one nearly standard, ready set. I put some boots on the rams for the shocks because I kept getting stones flick up on the back ones and making them leak, so I repaired that and put some boots. The exhaust pipe is a JP6. The engine is completely standard. Obviously I put red whatchamacallits there, and I put a red wing on because I wanted to just go with a red theme for some reason in time. I don't know why I done that, I just did at the time and it stayed like it. I'm not really one for changing stuff. Once I change it, it stays there and I just leave it. That's it. Everything else standard as far as I can remember. So I'm letting you drink them up and look as much as you can. We've obviously got Futaba servos. I don't know what clutch is in there. I haven't delved into that yet. This engine has had 3 tanks of nitro through it. It's not ran in yet, and this was put in this car 25 years ago. So there we go. I know you probably, if you come here and you wanted specs and you wanted all the information and all this other bollocks, well, I'm sorry, I haven't got them and I don't intend to get them. But you can look and you can admire the just wonderful engineering. I do like Kyosho, you know. I think they're a great brand. I think they make things look really good. For me, personally, looking, you know, looks. You buy a buggy or a car, a nitro car, even like real full-size cars these days look ugly as hell, don't they? All rounded and terrible. I like the proper boxy box-shaped ones, you know, like what you used to get, the old Fiestas, the old pickups. In America, you were lucky enough to have Ford F-150s and all that kind of stuff. Proper boxy cars, you know, look really good, proper good styling back then. And nowadays they're all rubbish, all rounded and curvy and all crap. No one wants none of that rubbish. Same sort of thing with RC cars, in my opinion. Everything's rounded and everything's there curvy. I like boxy stuff, and that's what they do, you know, back then. They made stuff really, really pleasing to the eye. So there we go. Even underneath they look more or less exactly the same, and that just goes to show, once you've got a good design. This design, I don't know how many championships. I know it definitely won 1 championship. We think it was 2001. Little bit of a story with this buggy. Cool, it's raining out now, I'm soaking wet. A little bit of a story with this buggy. It's not mine. It's someone, it's a channel member's, and he said to me, I've got this buggy, sat for 25 years, blah blah blah, and it was an exact replica built by some famous person, Daryl somebody, and he wants it running, and he's got no radio gear, so he's given it to me to get running, to put radio gear in it, and he said to me, get it usable. So that's the story with it there. And like I say, it's a replica from 2001. We think it's 2001. He thinks it's 2001. We're doing some digging to try and find exactly what championship and what year it did win. And that's just a cool piece of history to go with it. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. And I know a lot of you are going to say, that's an MP9. You need to do an MP10. I've already got many requests for MP10s. I simply can't get an MP10. It's as simple as that. I'll make do with an MP9. I don't want an MP10. I like what I've got. I'm happy with what I've got. I don't want any more. This is what you need to get. And if you're looking to get yourself a Kyosho buggy or any type of buggy, I recommend you go for an MP9. Now the MP10 is out, and we've got the TKi4 MP10 as far as I'm aware. Well, probably won't be long before the MP11 comes out. The MP9s are a lot cheaper. Jeez, sorry about that. Oh, breathed in a bug. You can still buy them brand spanking new, my friends. Just go down the shop and buy one brand new. They'll be a lot cheaper than an MP10, and not to mention exactly the same, apart from a few differences. But if you're just like me and you don't give an uncle's monkey, it doesn't matter. You don't need all the top things for racing. So there we go. MP7.5 and an MP9 side by side. Happy days, you lot. This has turned into a right little operation. So I'm not sure whether I definitely pulled that wire, them two wires off by mistake. I'm not sure whether them ones come off. That's the right side. So I don't know if that's the reason why it stopped working, but I'm going to solder them back on again. I've got my flux and everything ready. I'm going to solder them back on and see if I can resurrect this microphone, because this microphone is bloody well, every single video on this channel, all 700 videos, yeah, on this channel, has been filmed using this camera and that microphone that I bought in 2015. So that's 10 years ago. March 2015. I know that because I looked it up. I'm just trying to find out if that's in warranty or not, and it isn't. But I found out that I bought them both in March 2015. So I want to get that working again. So it's turned into a little bloody operation to resurrect my old friend. And if I can't, I'm not going to have a microphone anymore. So there we go. Anyway, you lot, yeah, I'll let you know if I've managed to mend that. Well, you'll find out, because the audio will go back to being crap and stay crap. Or if it goes back to being good again, you know, I've mended it. Happy days. So I hope you like looking at the the MP9, or two MPs, the MP9 and the MP7.5 side by side. And if you did, let me know in the comments. And while you're there, let me know where you are in the world and where you're watching from. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear from all of you. What time do you like to sit down while you're at work on your break and watch videos, my videos on YouTube? Or is it before bed? Or is it in the morning? You just wake up and you go, right, I'm going to eat breakfast and watch a bit of YouTube. Anyway, I'll see you later on. Take care. Love life. Treat people nicely. And we should have a nice, happy life. And there are going to be many videos coming up of that MP7.5 and the MP9. As I said, this one is going to have radio gear put in it. Obviously a battery. Obviously a new air filter. It's got all the parts it needs. I rang up my local hobby shop, my local one. I'm supporting the local shop. They're ordering in every part that we need to get this going. So they will be putting it together, and then they will be test driving it. As far as the MP9 goes, well, that's not going to get any well, it might get a bit of a clean. Maybe I might clean the air filter. Happy days. Cheerio, you lot. All the best.